Castle Rock is the latest Stephen King show on Hulu. It's about this man named Henry Deaver. He's a lawyer. When he was a kid, he gets lost in the woods, and his stepdad goes to look for him and mysteriously dies. And the boy was missing for, I think, a few days. And he comes back. So that's one mystery that you are left wondering about throughout the show. And another one is taking place in the Shawshank Prison. The Shawshank Prison finally makes an appearance since the Shawshank Redemption. And so this the warden kills himself, and this investigation happens, and they open up this closed off section of the prison, and they find this unidentified um, prisoner that's been locked up in a cage for I think 27 years. And there's something off about this guy. When people get close to him or make physical contact, bad things happen, and he is sometimes called the devil, and but mostly he goes by the kid, and he's like in his 30s, so he's nowhere near being a kid anymore. But yeah, so when they find him, the first thing he says is Henry Deaver. So they get in contact with Henry, and he comes back to his old town of Castle Rock. And Castle Rock is a famous Stephen King, fictional town Stephen King uses in a lot of his books. And this show is based on his fictional town. And in this show, Castle Rock really reminded me of Gotham. Because it's even said in this show that good people, or this town makes good people turn bad, just like Gotham. And so this show is, I guess, under a horror or the genre, but there's not really much horror in it. It's eerie and it's creepy sometimes, but there's not really anything scary in the show. Uh, this show has a lot of Easter eggs from older Stephen King books. So if you're really not a reader, if you haven't read a whole lot of Stephen King books, a lot of these Easter eggs and references will fly right over your head. And I think this show relies a little bit too much on the references and stuff. You'll find the show more enjoyable if you have read a lot of Stephen King like me. And even with me, uh, some references and Easter eggs went over my head, just because I haven't read the books in a long time. But and that brings me to the very last scene of the show. Now I won't spoil it, but uh, if like I said, if you haven't read a whole lot of Stephen King, the last scene in the show you won't get at all. And I heard that each season of this show will be a new story, just like American Horror Story does with their seasons. But in this one, it'll be different casts every season. So I don't know why they put the last scene in there, because it kind of ends with like a little cliffhanger. Like, the little that last scene may go somewhere, but since it's going to be different stories every season, I don't know, why they put that in there. And I felt that the season finale was kind of disappointing, and I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil anything. Um, but overall, I did enjoy the show, and I did enjoy seeing all the Easter eggs and references, and I really enjoyed seeing the Shawshank Prison. That was really cool. Bill Skarsgård is in this, and Sissy Spacek. Bill Skarsgård played in the remake of It, played as Pennywise last year, and Sissy Spacek, she played as Carrie, the original Carrie back in the 70s, I believe. So that was really nice to see those two in this show. Bill Skarsgård was really creepy in this show, playing as the kid. And there was this one scene I really liked that started off one of the episodes. I forget which one it was. But he went into this family's house, and this is like a very mild spoiler. He went into this family's house. This was at night, and I think this little boy was having a birthday. It wasn't like a party. It was just the family, the husband and wife, and the birthday boy, and I believe a baby, because you can hear a baby. Well, the wife is or the mom is cutting a piece of cake for the kid, and the kid, Bill Skarsgård, comes in, and he sits down and he's just watching the family, and the birthday kid, he's waiting on his slice of cake, and they're talking nice to each other and laughing and carrying on. Well, like I said earlier in the review, when people get around the kid, Bill Skarsgård, like bad stuff starts happening. So you slowly start to hear them kind of get irritated at each other, the family, and they start like arguing. And the kid, Bill Skarsgård, gets up and just walks out of the house, and the camera follows him, walking out of the house, and you can hear the family just start arguing and then start attacking each other, and the baby starts crying, and I'm like, wow, I really like that scene. And another episode I really liked involved Sissy Spacek's character. I think it was called the episode. I think it was called The Queen. It was just her like going fucking crazy, and that was a very creepy and really good scene, or a really good episode. And now I won't take or this little nitpick I have won't hurt my rating for the show, but it does irritate me when I see this in movies or shows. But it's when a character sees a mysterious substance on the ground or on something, some type of liquid they're not sure about, and they go over and stick their fingers in it and like look at it close up. And I'm like, who the fuck does that? If you don't know what type of liquid that is, why would you go and put your fingers in it? For all you know, it could be period blood or acid or piss, or just something that you wouldn't want on your fingers. And but that's not what happens in this one scene. There's this character, Jackie Torrance, which is a reference to Jack Torrance from The Shining. She picks up a bracelet she finds on the ground, and it's got what looks like blood on it. She puts her finger in it and puts it in her mouth, and I'm like, who the fuck does that? Why would you obviously suspect that it's probably blood. Why would you put it in your mouth? People nowadays are really damn dirty. A lot of people these days, more than the past, have like STDs and stuff like that. Why would you put somebody's blood in your mouth? That really annoyed me. That's a pet peeve of mine. I hate seeing that in movies and TV shows and stuff. But like I said, that won't hurt my rating for the show. So yeah, I think I've just about said everything I wanted to say. I'm gonna give the show a 4 out of 5. I liked it. If you're a Stephen King fan, you'll probably like it. Maybe even really like it. There's some good reviews I've been seeing about the show, and it's getting a second season. Hulu confirmed it. So I am excited to see, what they're going to do for the second season. Like I said, every season will have a different story. It'll be starting fresh. And so, yeah, I'm excited. And I think you guys will like it if you really like Stephen King. And like I said, if you're not big on Stephen King, if you haven't really read much of his work, um, I don't know if you'll like the show as much because, like I said, it relies a lot on Easter eggs and references that you won't get, and it might hinder your enjoyment of the show. But yeah, guys, that's it for this review. I'll be making more videos here soon. I think at least one or two more. Before the weekend is up or before Monday ends. So yeah, look out for that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later.